Hi, welcome to this CWR update. My name is Daniel Becker up here in Anchorage, Alaska, staring into the Arctic abyss. Thanks for taking a few minutes of your time to join me tonight. Wanted to talk about an interesting phone call that myself and my research partner, William Lunsford, out of Texarkana, Arkansas, had with a very nice lady from a place called Kenny Lake, Alaska. And how we got connected with this woman was through our CWR network, our Cryptid Wilderness Research Network. And what that is a collection of researchers and a collection of podcast hosts throughout the country that are in cooperation and not in competition. It's all about connections in life. So this is a cryptid network connection. And we got in touch with this lady through our friend Jeff Anderson, who is with the Cryptic Investigations of Appalachia down there in Virginia. And he got us all connected. So thank you to CIA down there in Virginia for making it happen. So she is from Kenny Lake, Alaska. And to give you an idea about Kenny Lake, I'm going to put it up on the map so you can see where it is in relation to Anchorage, where I am. So the blue dot is Anchorage, the red is Kenny Lake, and it's about a 3.5 hour drive out there, depending on road conditions. And of course, it's Alaska, so depending on weather. Yeah, about a 3.5 hour drive. And to tell you a couple of things about that place, and in 2023, the recorded population was 232, but I've heard that it's dropped since then, and that's probably true. I tend to believe it probably has dropped, and someone told me it's actually dropped significantly. And an interesting thing about Kenny Lake is it's actually one of the last places to be homesteaded in America. So it started out as a farming community. So a lot of people don't think about farming in Alaska, but they actually tried it in a couple places. So that was a thing at one time up here. Obviously, not commercially sustainable, as everything we get is pretty much shipped in by barge or by aircraft. So that's where Kenny Lake is. Again, it's about a 3.5 hour drive. Also, let me say something about the CWR network. If you're interested in being part of the CWR network, there's room for you. So you can contact us at cryptidwr@gmail.com if that's something that interests you. And again, it's just people working together in cooperation and not in competition. So we had a great conversation with this lady, and she told us fascinating stories about the cryptid activity that's going on her property out there. And this property is pretty much in the woods. Again, it's a very isolated place, as most places are in Alaska. It's kind of one of those side places that's off the highway and down dirt roads, etc. And it's right near the Copper River. And if you've ever heard of Copper River reds, the salmon, that's the river that they come from. They're the most famous salmon in Alaska, and they're supposed to be the highest quality and best eating. And so, yeah, Copper River reds. So it's right near there. So she told us about some Sasquatch that she has heard whistling in the woods around her house, and also coming up and slapping the side of her house and throwing rocks. And she mentioned being concerned about having the grandchildren out there and playing because of the activity that's been going on. And if you don't know, the Sasquatch in Alaska have a reputation for being more on the aggressive side, a lot more territorial than those in the lower 48. And one of the theories is that this is because of their lack of interaction with human population centers up here. And so she had some concern there. So far, they haven't been overly aggressive, with the exception of the rock throwing. But still, I mean, you're living in that isolated place. Of course, especially if you have grandchildren out there, you're going to be concerned. So what we're going to see in this first video clip from the property is orbs. Now, a lot of people report that where cryptid activity is taking place, orb activity is also taking place. And a lot of researchers will tell you that. You hear stories about orbs all the time in connection with cryptids. So the area on this video that you're going to want to watch is to the right of the white vehicle. So it is easier to see on a computer than it is on a cellular device. So you might want to go back and watch it on a computer if you get a chance. So let's take a look at this. Keep an eye to the right of the vehicle. All right, you can definitely see, or I can definitely see what appears to be orb activity. Let me play it again here. And again, you're focusing on the right side of the white vehicle. Certainly see that movement. All right. Great piece of footage. Great piece of footage. So this next video that we're going to look at, it's video, but it was actually given to us because of the audio. And the audio that you're going to hear is what we believe and what the owner believes are wood knocks. Now, if you have speakers or you have headphones on, we recommend that you turn them up. And we'll play this a couple of times. You're going to see some snow falling on the camera. And as you know, when it snows, it generally gets quiet. So let's pull this up. And again. All right, fascinating stuff. She also reports that she's had daytime sightings out there of the actual Bigfoot. She reports seeing an adult brown individual as well as a black colored juvenile. And we're hoping to get out there in September. Going to put some people together and head on out there for a formal investigation. I understand that there has been investigators out there before, but I have not spoken to them, and that was several years ago. And I heard that one told her to just move, which that's not an option for everybody. So looking forward to getting out there. I'm going to wait until the bears have all been fattened up on those Copper River Reds and they're kind of starting to move off into the higher country, because I've already had a bear encounter in 2025. So when it comes to bear encounters this summer, I'm good. So I don't need another one. So yeah, definitely don't want a bear encounter out there. It's bad enough here, but the interior, I'm sure they're a lot bigger. So yeah, but the month of September is going to be exciting. Looking forward to getting out there, and we're going to look for tracks. We're going to look for tree structures. She has other videos and also some photos from the property that will play at a later date. And I'm hoping that we can get her to come on camera and give you her story personally. So yeah, exciting times coming in September. Again, tune into the Cryptid Wilderness Research podcast every Friday and sometimes Saturday, and we'll tell you some great stories. So Thanks for joining me tonight on this quick update, and we look forward to seeing you soon.